Hi, I'm Aubrey Shines. I'm Senior Pastor and Bishop of G2G Ministries in the beautiful city of Tampa, the wonderful state of Florida. A few weeks ago, I was on a conference call and I was addressing a group of leaders that I have just a great deal of respect for about various dynamics that are happening in this country, some being racism, some being policies that are unfair. How do we kind of grapple with these ideas and find proper solution and have balance? Well, in addressing one of the issues, I actually used the whole dynamic of illegal immigration. And the way that I, at least, hopefully, I believe I was successful in doing so, at least according to the guys and girls on that phone call I gave them some facts, and it kind of went like this. An illegal immigrant that is here, these are facts, they receive right at about $2,500 a month in benefits. Those benefits may go in the areas of federal assistance as it relates to food and housing, et cetera, et cetera. I think you're following me here. Yet, the man or woman that works in America all of his or her life and pays into Social Security, they only receive at the very top pretty close to $1,400. And again, that's with some caveats that, in my opinion, are not healthy. Things like if one of the spouses die, they don't get that full income. If a child is 18 years or so or older, that has totally ceased, even though that mom or that dad has actually put in those funds and now those kids are not receiving it. The flip side to that is someone here illegal doesn't have those boundaries. Why do you need to know this? It's simple. When you make policies and those policies benefit foreigners more than it benefits yourself, you're actually creating genocide within your own community. Why is that necessary? And is that a biblical narrative? I've actually had people to ask me, actually, it really is. It was St. Paul that put it this way, that a person that doesn't provide for his or her household, they're worse than an infidel. Paul says they cannot be believers because they're not considering even their own household. Again, provision is not just making sure that there is rice on the table to eat or proper milk to drink. It's much broader than that. It's to make sure that that home, that community is being provided for by the very laws that was enacted to make sure that it would be well provided for. Why do you need to know this? Well, there's one particular political party that actually pushes foreigners over the Americans that are already here. Why do they do it, you may ask? Well, it's simple. They need a voting bloc. And they realize if they can get from various countries individuals that will, for the most part, always be entitled. Why? Because these individuals have come from countries that they are accustomed to the government taking care of them. A kind of corporate welfare. Yet men and women in this nation are working tenaciously to make sure that they're able to provide for their own kids. We're not anti people coming in, and some may even argue, well, all of us are foreigners and we all came from various places. Yes, but we followed a law to do so. We abided by certain principles to do so. And these new policies that you are seeing enacted is actually destroying, and if you don't mind me saying this, and I really hate going here, it's impacting blacks more than anyone else ethnically than any other group. Now you may say, well, wait a minute, that's one of President Donald Trump's talking points because he's a racist and he doesn't like people of brown and other colors coming in here, only people from Eurocentric areas. Well, actually, it was Barack Hussein Obama in his book of Audacity of Hope that actually said when you allow illegals to come, it breaks the barrier and the safety net that is for those middle class people that are working here. Very recently, and I've shared this with you maybe a few weeks ago or so, even in the state of Mississippi, when that one poultry plant was just totally raided by ICE, there were several hundred people that were not legally here, should have been here actually, they were working there. Well, upon these individuals being detained, those employers had to then open up those jobs. Guess who began to apply for them? You got it. The blacks that were in that area. No longer could those employees now pay under the current market rate. They had to make sure that those poor black people that are applying for those jobs and poor white people, that they were well taken care of. People, every time you vote for a party, and that party pushes someone above you as an American citizen, you need to rebuke that party by simply never voting for them again. We have an election coming up pretty soon. We can do better. We must do better. And until I come again, I bid you peace.